Hi there, and this is a video explanation of the E8 exemplar from Othello on the critical lens research. This is a top-notch script from start to finish, and I just wanted to highlight some of the reasons why this makes an excellence as opposed to being an achieved or a merit, and hopefully some of the things that you can bring into your own work as you prepare. The first was that it's got a very clear hypothesis at the start, and it spends the first time defining the hypothesis. So starting to investigate the key features. What does it mean to be responsible for our own actions? What this is going to let the research project do is investigate responsibility and blame and some of those key words. And as we'll see, that comes through in the research. As it goes in, it starts to zoom in on the character of Othello, and in particular, it looks at Othello's role as a soldier. This is really interesting because it's quite a perceptive approach to looking at why Othello is a noble person. And from there, it starts to look at critical sources that aren't from Shakespeare at all. So sources from the modern day. Now, this is interesting because it's automatically lifting the judgments that the script can make into that more insightful focus on the present day. And a lot of you are developing research questions and focus that link to modern society, which is great. The script then goes in and spends some good time analyzing Othello as a character. So it's got that great focus on the play, which is also really important, remembering that we've got that 60-40 split. And this paragraph here covers that perfectly, where the critical analysis comes at the start from the 40%, and then the rest of looking at Othello comes in for the last part. Secondly, the script is also starting to bring in a post-colonial lens. So it's using those critical lenses that we looked at before to not only shape the discussion of modern society, but also to shape the investigation of the Elizabethan era. So it's got that the time period context is coming in as well, which is another thing that you guys are doing as you develop your three research questions. Again, it is still going back and starting to look at Shakespeare as well, but it's got this post-colonial theorist coming through in the research, which is doing really well. The script goes on to spend a really, really solid focus on Othello's character. Again, that's probably the highlight of this, is that it's using the critical research judiciously to help make judgments and help solidify judgments based on the character of Othello as well. It also brings in a second theory. Now, this isn't necessarily what makes this an excellence, but it just shows that it's balancing the judgments based on the close reading of the play, as well as the judgments based on a close reading of the critical lenses. And it's looking at the Freudian theory of Desdemona and what her relationship with Othello caused. Finally, this is where the script really gets an excellence. The excellence comes from modifying the original hypothesis. So it's saying that no, he wasn't a narcissist and he wasn't self-aware, but also that he is not necessarily to blame. And this is where the script comes in, because it's been able to make that high level of judgment to say that the original hypothesis was incorrect, but the new judgment is a better one. And if we zoom down to the conclusion of this exemplar, we're starting to see that it's undebatable that Othello was significantly responsible. However, the colonial impression, the camaraderie with his soldiers, are where the problem comes from. So we're changing the hypothesis now. And again, this comes out of solid research and solid analysis of the text. If you have any questions about this E8 exemplar, feel free to talk to me. I know you're all capable of this, so I'm really looking forward to hearing your reports and following you through as you do your study. Have fun.